Right. So, what am I going to present to you today? There is a new thing called Operation Gabon. Some really, really bad stuff happening in this Gabon region in Africa. It is about organ selling to the politicians and powerful people in the Western so-called civilized world. They take profit of the less technologically advanced people. They hire people from their own culture, from their own group, to kill their own brothers, basically, in a ritualistic matter, and then they send the organs overseas, and it's really, really shocking when you hear about children being killed for organs at the order of someone from a high place in our so-called civilized, but I would call it very animalistic world. So anyway, Anonymous steps in and says this. Important message from Anonymous. A new and terrible thing is happening in Gabon, increasing every year to the silence of the world's politicians and media. The most gruesome murders are happening to children, men and women, with total immunity, in a country where old Bongo puts the army on every street corner every night. These murders are called ritual killings, and they are performed in a horrible manner in order to harvest spare parts. The sex, ears, tongue, eyes, heart, kidneys, blood, flesh and skin. These body parts are then sold to powerful people who are promised youth, health, wealth, promotion, success, and especially honor and power, in exchange for the organs of the child, an albino, a young priest, and so on. Quote, kill, steal, and murder promotions await you, say the people of Gabon. The number of killings escalates when an election or political nominations are near. There were 290 ritual killings between 1986 and 2012, just for the province of Ogwe-Ivingo. Since 2009, about 181 killings and mutilations have been reported, including 42 only from January to June 2012. The real numbers are probably much higher, as many are afraid to report. There has been no conviction for any person, mostly politicians, known for having given orders for the killings. In February, so you know how these guys never, the law only applies for the plebs, for the peasants. The higher ups don't, they can evade the rules, basically. In February, a Cameroonian citizen was ambushed and his organs were harvested. Then the bodies of 3 children were found in a car, probably stored there to be transported later in the night and dissected. On March 17, 2013, Atsame Astride, a 7-year-old girl, was killed and left without eyes and lips, her blood sucked out. And so this is very, very, very gruesome stuff even to hear. I'm sad that I have to tell you this stuff, but my show is it's really about bringing all of it out. If you don't like it, go watch Fox News. How can crimes of this scale continue to be unpunished? The answer is because the criminals are the people who rule the country. what can be expected of a politician who relies on ritual killings to boost his chances to remain in the government? In Gabon, the citizens are the prey of those in power. Silence encourages the exponential growth in ritual murders. If people speak, they are at risk of being murdered themselves. On April 13, the brave people of Gabon will try to march in protest of these killings. They have not been granted permission. They may be stopped and arrested. They will not be listened to, and their lives and livelihoods will be put at risk. Because you see, it's more serious. It's not like in our countries where you just get beat up by the police. Even if getting beat up by the police, it's against the fundamental rights of the citizen. There is even more serious. You can actually get shot with real bullets, not rubber bullets, but real bullets. Because there is no danger, the media doesn't cover this stuff, so they can do whatever they want. Right, so the call out sounds like, please join us urgently to demand justice and an end to the immunity enjoyed by those who commit and order these horrors. 1. We will be releasing a Twitter storm package for #SOS Gabon in support of the protesters on April 13. If they are prevented from protesting, we will protest for them. Stay tuned. In the meantime, follow on Twitter, Gabon. So this is basically the operation has started, but it still continues. Sign the following petitions, and this is the interesting one that I wanted to share, that everyone can participate, call, fax, email, parentheses, flood, spam, and annoy, demanding that urgent action be immediately taken to stop ritual killings in Gabon and bring perpetrators to justice. And then there are after this third call out to spam and fax, people from the oppositions in the Gabon region, there are all their fax numbers, and you can even bother them on Skype. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this pastebin.com article, which is really a safe site. Like my ad blocking machine has only stopped Google Analytics. It doesn't find anything else, so there are not 20 other third-party trackers like you see on porn sites or I don't know, on more commercial websites. This pastebin.com is the most used website for, it's basically like a public lettering service. It's the anonymous way of putting something out there without getting tracked down. Very good. So I will post this link if you want to check out the numbers that you can call to express your thoughts about what they are doing in Gabon. And you can also call the United Nations and troll the Human Rights Council. Right, so that's about it. You can help fight against ritual crimes. So this is Operation Gabon. Very cool stuff. It was I found out about this just when it happened, just when it started. It was really an operation with a lot of popularity. There is even a YouTube video in which, even in the description, they still post these numbers, so they don't send anyone to Pastebin. They just put the contact stuff in there. And of course, then there's the comment section where people say, you are not the real anonymous, but of course everyone can be anonymous, so it's not about that. But when a video is shared on most of anonymous profiles, then it's very likely to be true. And I have been in the chat rooms where they actually organize this stuff, so it's very legit, one shall say. So I'll post the YouTube thing as well. Very, very cool stuff. Some of the people, even here on Anom.net, don't really like operations like this. They think they are pointless, but I think everything you do against the corrupt system is good, even if it doesn't have any final goal to it. It's good to show them that we are still alive and think about other things other than just playing our video games and watching our soap operas on TV. Right, let me show you, because this has been a really, really active 2 weeks. I think it's the last time I spoke to you. Anonymous Operation Israel, which is a continuous operation that keeps on going for 4 years now, as Israelis keep, not the Israeli people themselves, but the government keeps on harassing the Palestinian folks and the people in Gaza, all that kind of stuff. You just have to see, because some of the people might say that you are against Israel, you are against Christianity. But of course, it's not about that. I have no problems with religion. My problem is what this government is doing, and who are the people that do something about it, really. So, last April 7th, the Anonymous Collective hit the Israeli networks with a huge, historic offensive. For the first time, an independent group of hackers declared war to governments to protest against its policy. Many websites of the country were hit by denial of service attacks. The data on the event reported by Israel government are totally different from the information published by Anonymous that produced a report for Operation Israel, in which total damage are estimated of $3+ billion. According to security experts at Trend Micro, the collective adopted various botnet coordinating large-scale attacks, analyzing traffic directed to one of the targeted website. The researchers discovered that, meanwhile, usually more of 19% of the traffic is originated in Israel. During the attack, almost the entire traffic was originated outside the country, and internal connections have fallen to 9%, as shown in the following chart. So it really did have a great effect. No, it's not something that went past unnoticed. It brought a lot of damage in their pockets, basically. And for some of you who are wondering what are botnet coordinating large-scale attacks, botnet is when you have breached multiple computers by use of malware, and then you have full control over that computer, and you basically use something like an IRC channel to control all your bots basically. So you can control multiple, like hundreds. If you have 50 computers that you control with 50 different internet connections, you can use those in your advantage to, for example, do a denial of service attack without getting noticed, using the other people's computers, basically. So then they have no way to arrest you. You see, because most of the people who get arrested, they do these kinds of attacks by using their own connection, which is totally idiotic, right? So what is surprising is that Torrent Micro discovered that many IP addresses involved in the attacks were related to machine but belonging to no botnets under the control of cyber criminals all over the world. How is Anonymous linked with cybercrime? There are various hypotheses. The hackers are renting criminal servers in the underground. Service already used by various criminal activities, totally uncorrelated with Anonymous. There's no sense for Anonymous to own and manage a botnet for various reasons, such as the necessity to elude investigations of law enforcement. Whatever, you don't really want to hear this stuff. They're basically trying to find out how did they get the botnets. Well, many of these anonymous guys, they have their own hacking groups already. It's just that they like to join together sometimes, using the anonymous name to join the ethical hacking part, even if they like to delve in the black hat stuff also. Maybe they like the black hat, but they have like the hero's side aspect too. So there are people and people. And there was a guy who was from another hacking group, which I know over at the Hacks Radio, who got arrested because they basically find out that he put some botnets in a hospital. They gave him 10 years of prison because they overestimated. They thought he did. His purpose was to do damage to those computers, but he just wanted to use them as zombies for his DDoS attacks. Trend Micropost states that these attacks are not nearly as harmless as some would think. These findings highlight how much major DDoS attacks are, at least in part, not just carried out by hacker groups like Anonymous, but by also cyber criminals as well. They are totally off the picture here. These attacks are not nearly as harmless as some would think. Whatever. Resuming, sure that the website's hits. Then are we sure that the website's hit was really the targets? These attacks, is it possible that third-party actors were silently attacking other infrastructures? Anonymous has received a great and unexpected support from other entities. Does the collective really want this? I don't know. Well, it is true. Like sometimes criminal organizations really like to do some really bad stuff and put the anonymous tag on it, So the authorities do not. They think Anonymous did it, and they start again to spy on the various anonymous IRCs and the rest, various people who didn't even do anything. It is a complicated topic, basically. Some other stuff. Anonymous continues attacks on North Korea. Because that faggot seems to be really faggy. You know, the Kim Jong-un. He may deserve some boning. In recent weeks, there have been many ongoing operations, and one of them is Operation North Korea. The operation has so far seen many websites hacked and left defaced. Offline as well as social media accounts being taken control, while making main headlines around the world. Well, I don't know where those main headlines are, I haven't seen them, but In recent days, the operation has continued to be ongoing with attacks on the already attacked propaganda websites, who recently had over 16,000 accounts leaked over a few days. The site Uri Minzo Kiri website is currently offline, and one of the main anonymous accounts for this operation has announced a few leaks of data from 3 targets, all of which have already been removed from Basebin, which sucks. But yeah, I don't think this stuff will really affect North Koreans, you know. Well, I don't know, maybe if they leaked passwords and stuff like that, like everyone can literally go on their accounts now and do whatever they want. Right, first the announcements of a leak from National Recognition Council, which is ryamyoung.com, which contains a lot of personal information. There were basically a lot of tweets by Anonymous Korea, where they put like hacked, then they put the site name, then they put the numbers of how many members the information of has been hacked, and they put it on Pastebin. So if you want to, I don't know if you want to, but yeah, if you want to see these information, I can bring you some links. I don't think it's relevant for you guys though. And the news itself is worth it though, you know, the attacks on North Korea. They deserve that, in my opinion. And it is not because, you know, Obama said they are attacking us with nuclear power. Nah. It's just because, you know, North Koreans are living really shitty lives out there. You know, all their resource goes into military, and you know the people lie in dirt basically. Citizens, I don't think they eat too much, so that kind of sucks. It's more like it used to be in my country back when we were communists. Everything went to the exports, to the trades that we had, and nothing was kept for the population. So basically, you know, luckily we had loads of peasant relatives who used to have their own little farms. You know, at least the communists didn't kill your farms like they like to do now. You know, all these weird laws are being created right now to destroy. If you have your own little farm, you can't have that because they want industrialized farming now. And this is really real information. Like, my mother is working at the city hall in a top position, so she told me that next year, you know, the it will be a lot of regulations for farming, and everything comes from Europe, really, from the EU centralized leadership, who says, you don't need to be able to be self-sufficient in your family. No, you need to buy the products that the big industrialized farms create. So there's democracy for you. There's the European Union for you. So back to North Korea. I don't know how their independent farming goes, but everything goes to exports. Everything goes to they are not allowed to have much. Best part about democracy, at least we had like 20 years of something similar to freedom. But now it's gonna turn into, because of all of this centralization across the globe, leads to decentralized decisions that need to be obeyed by every country who adhered to this group, called European Union, or whatever union. If you're part of a union, you need to apply whatever they tell you to apply in your country. No questions asked. These countries all around Europe fought for independence, and they fought for a sovereign state, and now they basically gave it all away to the European Union, thinking that their economics will suddenly progress. But what happened in many of these European Union countries? Total failure is what happened. You've got Greece there as an example. You've got Hungary as an example. You've got all kinds of weird measures being taken in countries that were prosperous in the past, like Italy and Spain. Austerity measures all over the place. Right. So yeah, Anonymous attacked North Korea. Operation North Korea on really recently. Like now we are this article is on the 19th. So basically it's going on right now. Let me check. Gonna see if this thing is still going on. Yeah, it's still going on. In one place there are like 30 people right now. Of course I will not be an idiot and disclose the place where stuff is happening, but stuff is happening. Next. Stuff is happening all over the world. 1.5 gigabytes documents leaked from Azerbaijan Ministry of Communications and IT. Anonymous activists have announced a large leak of documents from the Azerbaijan Ministry of Communications and IT. The announcement of data was first made on the 11th of April, with the teaser released, and now they have released the complete documents, which are being hosted on Paranoia, along with the following message, which gives a little insight into the documents that can be found in the leak. And quote, "Today we represent you a delayed delivery from Azerbaijan obtained from the server of Ministry of Communication and Information Technologies of the Republic of Azerbaijan. The documents contain a variety of information showing interesting ties between all kinds of strange corporations, government agencies, and officials. For instance, there is ominous KFC, no, not KFC, CFC, Consulting and Training Inc., which is suspected to finance terror organizations, yet has ties to US and Russian government agencies as well, of course, because they are all in this together, as well as the Azerbaijan National Agency for Mine Action. As this document shows, whatever, I'm not gonna post it, similar ties were shown in our previous release from Azerbaijan, which which you can find below. I will post this one. I will post for you if you request it. Furthermore, you will find gems like confidential manuals of GPS tracking devices, restricted reports and communications between various officials, and of course the usual password scans. You can check out a preview of the material. As usual, the vast majority of the material has not been assessed yet, and further interested finds will be posted at the location. Feel free to browse all the material. It's nice how they are so open with everything they find. The leaked data is 1.4 gigabytes compressed. So there is more if you uncompressed. It contains 8 folders full of different types of files, including XLS, PDF docs, images, and others. Once time permits, full release will be released of the contents within this leak, but from a quick look over, it appears there is information relating to joint country missions and information in charts related to delivery of items for these missions. Not all the documents appear to be in English, which once again is going to make this hard to go over. Well, of course, if you try to make some sense, because I've seen how these leaks look like. Like there was Operation Monsanto, and they released this huge chunk of leaks. You basically had like 10 folders, in which in all of them there were like 50 words, PDFs and stuff about chemistry research and all that nasty stuff which Monsanto likes to do, and all the reports, and you even had discussions. So there was a lot of stuff. So it was really hard to find what you were interested in, but it takes time, it takes passion. If you really want to find out something, you have to put your time into it. These guys do their job in providing the data. All the people have to do is just search for the important parts and share them with the world. Because you see, there are a lot of conspiracy theorists out there who base their stuff on nothing. So they just make up stuff, or they steal it from an invalid source. And this is the real source, where these guys from Anonymous who post stuff, this stuff is real. And you can tell it's real because it's complex and it's so dense that you couldn't possibly fake that kind of stuff. It would take you 1 year just to create that amount of detail, and it also has to make sense. So it's not just random scribbles, and most of these fake conspiracy guys, their data is compressed to 15 PowerPoint slides. So it's mostly nothing. It's just like 30 lines of bullshit, which at the first glimpse they make sense, but they actually don't if you seek out the real information. Anyway, yeah, if you want to verify if something is real, well, it has to be more than 30 lines. You know, it has to be a lot of research behind enough about this. So yeah, Azerbaijanian, to conclude, 1.5 gigabytes of documents leaked. That is something, because most of the people accuse Anonymous of just doing the DOS attacks. But you see, leaks also happened. Because there are all these branches. There is the branch of script kiddies, which just use a script that they steal from the Google, to deface a site and put their little message there, which, it helps the movement, but doesn't really do much. Also, the denial of service attacks are being judged a lot, but you see, I think they are good too, because it's like going out on the street and flooding the main market to express an idea. It's basically a form of protest. It's not really a hacking method. It's just like you would go in a mall and block the doors and say, look, they sell a lot of crappy stuff that is not really healthy for you in there, so we're gonna block these doors now. Not forever, because we're not idiots. We're just gonna block it for 3 hours to prove our point, and that's about it. That will cause the company a little damage, but not too much, because then you guys can go ahead and buy your stupid shit again. So it's more like that. But the leaks are really the important things. And these leaks people should download if they are really interested in finding out and exposing things. They should check out those leaks and use their time to see what's up, basically. It takes a lot of time, but if you really say you are a truth seeker, check out those leaks. Right, let me see what else interesting I can find before I talk about something really, really interesting. Operation Israel. Yeah, this one is a cool one too. Hacking Facebook users just from chat box using multiple vulnerabilities. It's not Anonymous related. It's something just interesting to find out about. Nir Goldschlager, founder and CEO at Break Security, known for finding serious flaws in Facebook, once again on the Hacker News for sharing his new finding. He stored cross-site scripting in Facebook chat, check-in and Facebook Messenger. Stored cross-site scripting is the most dangerous type of cross-site scripting. Web applications where the injected code is permanently stored on the target servers, such as in a database, in a message forum, visitor log, comment field, and so on. 1. Stored XSS in Facebook chat. This vulnerability can be used to conduct a number of browser-based attacks, including hijacking another user's browser, capturing sensitive information viewed by application users. Malicious code is executed by the user's browser, etc. When a user starts a new message within Facebook that has a link inside, a preview GUI shows up for that post. The GUI is used for presenting the link post using a parameter whatever, which was not actually filtered for valid links by Facebook. For proof of concept, Goldschlagers exploit this flaw in a way that each time the victim clicks on this malicious message in Facebook chat, the stored XSS will begin to run on their client as shown. Okay, so I have to copy this image and show you guys. 2. Stored XSS and Facebook check-in. The other major and interesting stored XSS that Near reported is in the Facebook check-in screen. To exploit this loophole, the attackers need to first construct a new location within Facebook pages, and then the attacker must change the settings in those new locations. When the victim later decides to go to the place the attacker has been, the stored XSS will run client side. 3. Stored XSS in Facebook Messenger. Third and serious flaw in Facebook is capable of injecting a stored XSS payload in Facebook Messenger for Windows. Anytime the victim signs into their account in the Messenger, the stored XSS code will execute on victims end. There is a video on this, and here's the video. Here is the video. And here is the second video for this Facebook crap. The thing is, bugs was reported last month. So Facebook already patched this security flaw. But you see, nothing is really safe, my friends. So that is why many choose not to have a Facebook account, because they can be exploited very easily by people who have brains. So, I have seen don't accept random friend requests. Like if you have common friends with them, you can accept. I don't care about that. But when you see a random friend request, which you don't know and which you don't have other friends connecting to that person, click on it first. See if the person just joined. If she has, why am I saying she? My mind is only on girls. Anyway, so check out if they have if they have some pictures, or if they have some content posted. Because like, for example, myself, I don't really like to put many pictures of myself. I just put like 2 of them, and I'm thinking of removing them completely. So the fact that the person doesn't have real pictures is not really an issue, but check out their content, check out all that stuff, and if they appear to be suspicious, do not accept them, because once you accept them, for example, if they type something to you, and you reply back to them, it's already your crap is already being taken. All your base belong to us. So really check out your stuff. Like I have been attacked like this in the past, and usually guys from the police, from the Secret Service, likes to do this all the time. And that exploits, like, that can reveal your passwords. It can reveal a lot of things. It's not like they have full control over your computer, but having access to your browser can give them some valuable information that you wouldn't like to share. In another article, again with Anonymous, set sights on F1 second year in a row for Operation Bahrain. Anonymous has become more of a hacktivist clan rather than a group of anonymous users who used 4chan and kept quiet from the main media like they originally did. Anonymous activists have today announced an operation aimed at the Formula One race in Bahrain this year. After last year's attacks, before I read some more of this crap, just because of the previous article, nothing is really safe. I would recommend not buying any fancy phones, any fancy crap like that, and just sticking to simple methods of communication, like we have this IRC chat room here. Crypto chat on, if they can use crypto chat on their browser, or always use a VPN to hide your IP address. Use Tor. Even if Tor is a little under danger right now because they lost some of the servers, they need help. So go Google that stuff out, and Tor is in problems. And of course, many people like to use Tor from organizations, from companies who want to stay safe and not be spied on, to hacktivists, to right. So back to this Formula One stuff. It's the second year in a row they have had an operation against the Formula One race. If it's anything like last year, we are expected to see some of the F1-based sites and Bahrain-based tourist sites come under attack from either DDoS, data leaks, or simple defacement, much like we did see last year. The activist posted a press release message to Anon Paste, in which they say this: "We are anonymous and we have noticed since the last Grand Prix F1 race in Manama, Bahrain, since last year we have had millions of eyes trained on the continuing oppression of our freedom-loving brethren in Bahrain by the self-made king in Manama. Since last year, when Anonymous, in solidarity with hundreds of thousands of Bahraini, shut down the Grand Prix F1 race and said no to blood racing. 1 year since Anonymous dumped the personal information, including credit card and passport numbers of all the F1 attendees in Bahrain. And yet Bernie Ecclestone and the royal family of Bahrain have learned nothing. So we are coming forward this year to wreck your little party again, Mr. Ecclestone. Anonymous will not stand by and allow your race fueled by the blood of our freedom-loving comrades in Bahrain. Beginning with the opening festivities of your little blood race, you can expect the presence of Anon from all over the globe inside your intertubes. We will remove you from the World Wide Web, whether you be Grand Prix or Bahrain government. We will take it all down. We will expose the personal data of any person who supports this race in any way. You have been warned. Once the festivities for this race begin in Bahrain, all bets are off. We call upon Bernie Ecclestone. While there is still time, cancel your blood race right now. And of course then, we are anonymous, we are everywhere, we are legion, we do not forgive. We do not forget. Anyway, so, I can find a second motive And this, a second reason why people should hack the crap out of Formula One. Because their sponsors are like Chevron and Exxon and companies like that, who usually like to abuse their power of buying. Like, for example, they just signed a secret contract with the Romanian government to put like thousands of drilling things to frack our grounds, to do hydraulic fracturing to extract the gas resources here. And of course, this is innocent until you find out that the environment basically will be destroyed. Like